So guys, this is Astro Anvish and I'm going to give you the transit results of the for sign of Libra for the month of February 2023. Okay guys, so let's get started. So guys, I'm going to keep it short because my videos are getting a little longer. So let me tell you, the most important planet for the Libra ascendants is going to be Venus, it is going to be Saturn, it is going to be Mercury. So Venus is sitting in the fifth house where it is sitting with its very good friend Saturn, and Venus is the planet of luxury, it is the planet of beauty, it is the planet of your spouse, it is the planet of relationships and stuff. So Venus in the fifth house is the house of your love interests, it is the house of your knowledge, it is the house of your children, it is the house of learnings. And Venus is, it is a teacher. Venus is a teacher, so it is going to give you a lot of knowledge, it is going to give you a lot of attachment with your love life, it is going to give you a lot of attachment with your kids, and you're going to be very involved with them. Venus aspect is going to be in the 11th house. So 11th house is the house of progression. You're going to make a lot of progress in this month. You are going to make a lot of progress in the field of your profession. You're going to make a lot of progress, you're going to make a lot of money, you're going to make a lot of friends, you're going to make a lot of female friends. So that kind of stuff can happen. Okay, so Venus overall in this month, it is going to be in your fifth house in the sign of Aquarius, it is going to aspect the sign of Leo, so it is all going to be good for you guys. Okay, let's go to Saturn. Saturn is also sitting in the fifth house, and fifth house is the house of, I just told you, it is the house of knowledge, it is the house of knowing things, it is the house of children, it is the house of your love interest. Saturn is a very practical planet, so there's a kind of a balance happening in this house, because what is happening, that Saturn is a planet of practicality, it is a very practical planet. And what happens is, Saturn, when it is sitting in the fifth house, it brings a lot of practicality towards this house, so there's a lot of detachment with your love interest. So what happens, Venus is helping you do that, Saturn is going to stop you doing that. So that kind of stuff can make a balance of things, and things will be, overall it will be better, because soon Saturn is going to get combusted. But overall Saturn is good in this, how it is going to help you gain a lot of knowledge. Saturn's aspect is going to be in the third house, in the its third aspect is going to be in the seventh house. Seventh house is the house of your spouse, and there can be a little detachment with your spouse, because Saturn is obviously, I just told you that it is the house of detachment. It is the house of practicality, it is the house of doing things. So Saturn Saturn is going to help you make connections with your businesses. Saturn is going to help you make connection with your partners, with your partners in your business. Saturn is going to make you more outgoing, it is going to make you more forward. But still, because seventh house is the house of your spouse, it is also the house of your spouse, so it is going to give you a little detachment with your spouse. So you have to be little more careful about it. So Saturn's first aspect is going to be in your seventh house. Okay, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Its aspect is going to be the 11th house. 8 9 10. Its aspect is going to be in the second house. So Saturn's aspect in the 11th house, it is going to be very good, because 11th house is the house of income, it is the house of progression, and Venus is also looking at the 11th house, and Saturn's effect in the 11th house is going to give a lot of energy to the 11th house. So you're going to make a lot of progress in your life, you're going to make a lot of progress in your field of career, you're going to make a lot of money, you're going to make a lot of friends, a lot of female friends, because Saturn is also a female planet and Venus is also a female planet. So both these planets are going to help you make lady friends. A woman in your life is going to be very beneficial for you. Saturn's aspect is going to be in your third house, in your 11th house, in your second house. Second house is the house of family, it is the house of wealth, it is the house of the way you speak. So you are going to be a little more detached with your family, but still you're going to be more vocal about it. You are going to be more vocal, more outgoing. You will be more focused on things that are important to you, that is important for your own growth. So you're going to be more practical about things. You are not going to take this time for granted. You are going to work for it, you're going to make a good efforts in your life. So that kind of stuff can happen. You are going to make a lot of efforts regarding your family, you want to keep your family in good terms, so that kind of stuff can happen. So Saturn is like, it is making a very balanced kind of a thing with you right now. So that is what Saturn is doing right now. So we have covered Venus and Saturn. Let's go to Mercury. Well, your third most important planet is going to be Mercury. Mercury is sitting in Sagittarius in the third house. Third house is the house of efforts, and Mercury is the planet of thinking. So you are going to plan out your efforts. You are going to make you are going to plan out the things that you want to do in your life. So you're going to be more managing things. You are going to manage your efforts. You are going to plan how to do things. You're going to gain a lot of knowledge. Mercury is a female planet, and Mercury is also, indicator of sisters. And third house is the house of your younger siblings. So if you have a younger sister, you're going to get a lot of help from them. This month is going to be very lucky for those people who have a younger sister. So that kind of stuff can happen. Mercury's aspect is going to be in your ninth house, and its ninth house is the sign of Gemini, and Mercury is looking at the ninth house. Ninth house is the house of luck. Well, ninth house is the house of luck, and Gemini's, it is the sign of Gemini, and Mercury looking at the sign of Gemini in the house of luck. It is going to bring you a lot of luck this month. You're going to have an awesome time with this, so you don't have to worry about anything because Mercury is helping you overall. There are Saturn is clearly giving you a lot of detachment with your family, but Mercury is helping you in your luck. So overall, it is fine for you guys. Okay, now let's move to, we have covered Saturn, Venus, and Mercury. Now let's go to Jupiter. Jupiter is in the sixth house. Sixth house is the house of enemies. It is the house of disease. It is the house of destruction. It is the house of things that you don't want in your life. And Jupiter in the sign of Pisces. So you might have heard about Viparita Yoga. What happens if the ruler of 6th, 8th, and 12th is either in 6th house, the 8th house, or the 12th house? It becomes a Viparita Yoga. So Jupiter, the ruler of the 6th house, is in the 6th house. So it is making a Viparita Yoga. So what is happening? It is making an enemy destruction yoga. So what happens if you are going to get engaged with someone, and it becomes a little harsh, the relationship becomes a little harsh. You become enemy with someone, you're obviously going to overcome them. You are going to overcome your enemies. You are going to defeat your competitions. You are going to be more winning in the terms of your fights, right? So Jupiter's aspect is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the 10th house, 6, 7 in the 12th house, 8, 9 in the 2nd house. Jupiter's energy in the 10th house is going to give you a little more engagement with your work. You are going to make a lot of progression in your field of work. You are going to be more knowledgeable. You will gain a lot of knowledge in your field of profession, in the field of your work. Jupiter's aspect in the 12th house, because 12th house is the house of spirituality, and Jupiter is a spiritual planet. It is going to give you a lot of knowledge regarding doing stuff. You are going to be more involved in things that is important to you. You are going to be more spiritual. You are going to gain a lot of knowledge. So that kind of stuff can happen with Jupiter. Jupiter in the 12th house, well, it is not a very benefic house for the energy of Jupiter, but still Jupiter is going to be very beneficial for you guys. Jupiter's aspect in the 2nd house. 2nd house is the house of family. So house of the family, Jupiter is going to bring family together. Saturn's is all, obviously it is, detaching you with a lot of with your family, but Jupiter is helping you gain a lot of respect from your family. So that kind of stuff can happen, and Jupiter is overall helping you a lot. So we have covered Mercury, we have covered Saturn, Venus, and Jupiter. Let's go to Sun. Sun is in the 4th house, and 4th house is the sign of Capricorn. Sun in the Sun in the sign of Capricorn, it is not very good, but still, because it is the 4th house, it is the house of your comforts and luxury. So you're going to be more concerned about your about your properties, about your luxuries, about the things that is important to you, about the materialistic things in your life. So you are going to be more engaged in it. But Sun's aspect in the 10th house is going to be very good, because Sun's aspect in the 10th house is the house of profession, and Sun's fiery energy in the 10th house is going to bring you are going to be more involved in the work that you are doing. You are going to be more concerned about your work, about your future, about the things that you are doing in your life. So it is very important, because Sun is going to give you a lot of energy to do stuff, to make stuff happen, because your career is revolving around it. So that is what Sun is doing right now. So we have covered Saturn, Venus, Mercury, Jupiter, and Sun. Let us go to Mars. Mars is sitting in the eighth house. Eighth house is the house of age. And Mars in the eighth house, it brings out a lot of secrets. But Mars is a practical planet, it's a fiery planet. So it is also it is pure energy. And eighth house, it doesn't do anything. It is kind of a destructive. So you can have some health issues. So you be careful about it this month. Mars aspect is going to be in your 1, 2, 3, 4 in the 11th house, 5, 6, 7 in the second house, and third house. Mars aspect in the 11th house is going to be very good because just like Sun, it is a fiery planet and it is going to bring you a lot of passion regarding stuff, doing stuff. And Mars energy in the 11th house is going to give you a lot of energy. It is going to give you a lot of passion. So you're going to make a lot of money. Mars aspect in the in the second house, it is the sign of Scorpio. It is the own sign. It is the Mars is the ruler of Scorpio, right? So Mars is going to keep your family together. It is going to make you, getting more involved with your family. So you will be more close to them. You will be more passionate about them. Okay. And Mars energy in the third house. Third house is the house of your efforts, and Mars is pure energy. So you're going to make a lot of efforts this month. You're going to make a lot of progress in doing things. You're going to do stuff that is important to you. So that kind of stuff can happen. So that is all good. So Ketu. Let's go to Ketu. Ketu is in the first house. It is the planet of spirituality. It is looking at your fifth house, your seventh house, your ninth house. Ketu in the first house make you more involved in yourself. It is making you more spiritual, more knowledgeable, more getting in depth with in yourself. You will be thinking more about yourself and doing stuff your way. So Ketu's effect in the first house is going to be more focused on yourself, making yourself better. Ketu's aspect in the fifth house is going to detach you from the feelings of love from your children, and it is going to give you a little detachment from the fifth house. Ketu's aspect in your seventh house is going to make you a little more detached with your spouse. Ketu's aspect in the ninth house the house of spirituality, and Ketu is the planet of spirituality. Jupiter and Ketu are the planets of spirituality, but Ketu is like more in yourself, getting in depth meditation, that kind of planet. So Ketu's energy in the ninth house is going to make you more meditative, but still it is okay for you. Rahu in the seventh house, right? Rahu in the seventh house is going to aspect your 11th house, your first house, and your third house. Rahu's position in the seventh house is not considered very good because it gives a detachment from your spouse. It brings you a lot of because Rahu is a planet which is a head and there is no body, and Ketu is a planet which is a body and there is no head. So Rahu is never satisfied. Ketu is always detachment. So Rahu is giving you a lot of progression regarding your career, because in the 11th house it becomes very benefic. So Rahu's energy in the 11th house is going to give you, it will make you think about a lot of things that is going to make your life better. You're going to make a lot of progress this month. So this month Rahu's energy is going to help you in making a lot of money. Rahu in the first house, Rahu's aspect in the first house is going to give you, you'll be thinking a lot about yourself. Rahu's aspect in the third house is the house of hard work, and Rahu is never fulfilled. So it is going to give you a lot of passion regarding doing things your way, how to make yourself better, how to make good efforts in your progress. So yeah, so that was my reading for the sign of Libra. But let me tell you guys that this month there is a lot of detachment from your family. Your love life is going to get detached. Your spouse is going to get detached. Your family is going to get detached. So you have to be a little careful about that. Keep control on your voice. Keep control on how you say things, and things will be okay. So guys, I hope you like this. So if you want me to get your chart read by me, you can hit me up on Fiverr. My link is in the pinned comment, and I hope you like this, guys. So you take care, guys.